Broadcast Row for the Now generation. And now a special presentation from Broadcast Row. Broadcasting live from the greatest city in the world. Wake up. It's time, people, for your morning online gathering. Hosted by Mardel. It's the Wrestling Morning Show. And it starts now.
All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Wrestling Morning Show. It's about 9:05 Eastern Standard Time. The number is 844-627-3352. Call, text. We want to hear from you. Last night, ladies and gentlemen, Smackdown. Glendale, Arizona. A lot of questions we had going in. Kevin Owens, Shane O'Mac, how do they build to Hell in a Cell in 2 weeks? Jinder Mahal, has he come out making these statements about his promo from last week? Will we finally see Bobby Roode? A lot of those questions were answered. Last night, he kicks off in Arizona with, of course, Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, the build to Shane O'Mac. I'm getting very excited about this. Kevin Owens, pound for pound, when he comes on the microphone inside the ring, the entire gimmick, the persona, he may be the very best. He could be the very best in any brand right now. Let's go back, refreshing your memory. Kevin Owens opening up Smackdown from last night.
All I've heard for weeks now is Shane McMahon is going to address Kevin Owens' actions. Shane McMahon will take action. Shane McMahon this, Shane McMahon that. Shane McMahon, where are you? I've been called a coward. I've been called a coward for what I did to Vince McMahon. I've been called a coward for not being at SmackDown Live last week. Well, right here, right now, I'm standing in the middle of the ring. I am standing in the middle of the land of opportunity. Shane McMahon, here's your opportunity. Where are you? You know what? Maybe Shane McMahon is the coward. You know what? I don't believe that. I know better. Shane McMahon is no coward. Shane McMahon is actually a very smart man. Because last week, I said that I have nothing but respect for Vince McMahon, and I mean it. I'll even do you one better. Not only do I respect Vince McMahon, I actually like Vince McMahon. And Shane, you saw what I did to a man that I actually respect and like. So imagine what I'll do to someone I don't.
Nice reception for Sami Zayn. He's coming out. It's been a while since we've seen Sami even in the picture when it comes to SmackDown. He had a couple confrontations, of course, with Mikey Bennett. Also, congratulations to Maria Kanellis, who's pregnant, by the way. Real life best friends. They've had a lot of practice over the years. They've tagged together. Obviously, they traveled together. Always great chemistry, not only in the ring, but when they are on the mic together. Just a very mellow, calculating demeanor by Kevin Owens last night. Some pretty good words, pretty good promo. Let's go ahead and continue to listen on.
What is wrong with you? No, listen, I'm not out here to fight. I'm out here because you have lost complete control. Do you realize what you've done? For God's sakes, you headbutted Vince McMahon. I have known you for 15 years, and I know throughout your career what happens when you snap and it never ends well. And when you headbutted Vince McMahon, the chairman and CEO of this company, I said, that's it. He snapped. I'm out here against my better judgment. I'm here trying to talk some sense of you, Kevin, because right now you are on a collision course with Shane McMahon at Hell in a Cell, where you are about to cross a line that you have never crossed before. And if you cross that line, there is no coming back from it. And I'm not just talking about your career. I'm talking about your life. I'm talking about your family. Kevin, you need to get a grip, and you need to stop right now.
Sammy, I didn't snap, man. I'm cool. I'm cool. Don't worry, okay? Don't worry about my family, buddy. That's for me to worry about. But let's be honest, you're not out here to talk sense into me. Come on. You're out here because, once again, I have completely and utterly outshined and eclipsed you, just like I've done for the last 15 years of our lives. You know what? Forget the last 15 years. Let's just look at our WWE careers. You signed with WWE 2.5 years before I did, and yet I have been Intercontinental Champion twice. I have been the Universal Champion. I won the United States title at WrestleMania while you watched from the back. Just like you will watch when I main event Hell in a Cell and destroy Shane McMahon. I am going to make him regret ever bringing me to Smackdown Live. Sammy, you think I've gone too far? Just watch Hell in a Cell. But you know what? That's not even it. There's more. You know, last week I said that headbutting Vince McMahon was a mistake, and it was. But even that mistake, let me ask you, what have you ever done in your career? Forget your career. What have you ever done in your life that ever had as much impact as the impact my skull had on Vince McMahon's head?
You know what, Kev? You're right. Since coming to WWE, you have done a lot more than I've done. But you've also taken every cheap shot. You've also cut every corner. You have taken every reprehensible action to get to where you are. So fine, you know what? Right now, I'm not doing too great, I'll admit that. But guess what? My day will come. And when it comes, I will do it my way. I will do it the right way. So fine, you won the Intercontinental Championship and I never did. Fine, you won the United States Championship and I never did. Fine, you were Universal Champion and I never was. But the real difference between you and me, Kevin, is when I look myself in the mirror, I don't see a giant piece of trash looking back at me.
Very good promos from two excellent performers on that microphone. And of course, Daniel Bryan comes out and then makes a match for the main event later on that night. He also hints, well, that Shane's not there. That obviously is not the case. So we go and we fast forward to the very end of the main event. And of course, Kevin Owens taking advantage of Sami Zayn, power bombs on the apron. taking a chair to Sami Zayn. Then Shane O'Mac comes out. He comes out, and in the meantime, Kevin Owens has a chair around Sami Zayn's neck, throws it into Shane O'Mac. I think it kind of hurt his mouth. It kept on touching his mouth, see if he's bleeding. Kevin Owens runs into the stands, and there's this big stare down. Shane gets on top of the rope. I get the build-up. I think people are going to watch it. It's the main event for Hell in the Cell. I'm hoping next week, with the final episode left before Hell in the Cell, I really hope they take it to another level and bring out the hatred and the heat. Because right now, I'm not buying into it. Not buying into it whatsoever. Now, we're going to watch. It's Kevin Owens. It's one of our favorites. It's Shane O'Mac, one of our favorites. They're going to put their bodies on the line, especially Shane. The entire wrestling universe pretty much stops and wonders what Shane's going to do. So that should be fun. That's the main event. Hell in the Cell, Kevin Owens and Shane O'Mac. All right, so next up we got Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, we know, is already in a feud right now with AJ Styles. He's also feuding with Ty Dillinger. So last night it was Baron Corbin, Ty Dillinger. Now for Hell in the Cell, Corbin is going against AJ Styles for the United States Championship. AJ was at ringside in the commentary booth as he watches Ty Dillinger and Baron Corbin. They start to tussle. It's a pretty decent match. First of all, Ty, I continue to say this, he's very good in that ring. He's very good. He's also very good on the microphone. Also, if you follow him on Twitter, he's very clever on Twitter. He's very talented. And I'm glad he's getting his opportunities right now. So there's a situation brewing. They bump into AJ Styles. All hell breaks loose. It seems like Baron kind of got the best of everybody last night, which is fine. And I can only imagine a massive situation should occur next week with the go-home show. It's been a kind of a common trend where 2 weeks out has been the go-home show for Raw, for SmackDown, leading up to a major pay-per-view. I was expecting big things last night. It just did not happen. Now, last night, Baron got the final word, pretty much telling him, AJ Styles, I'll see you in Hell in the Cell. That should be interesting. I mean, AJ's obviously, no matter how you look at it, he's doing some sort of job. He's either going to drop the title or he's going to make Baron Corbin look very, very good. A lot of people have tried. If anybody can do it, it's AJ Styles. I'm just not feeling the rivalry. There is a lot of heat toward Baron Corbin. And, of course, so many people love AJ Styles. I just hope it's good. I hope it's good, and I hope we leave that match, regardless of who wins or loses. You know what? We could say Baron Corbin could hold his own against one of the very best of all time. Oh, granted, it's a little too early for predictions, but I can only imagine AJ's going to probably drop the title. This just opens up unbelievable opportunities for so many mid-carders. They're stacked on SmackDown with mid-carders. Frees up AJ pretty much to have a rivalry with pretty much anybody. Okay, so all eyes were on Jinder Mahal this past week. And there was a debate brewing all over the internet with a lot of wrestling fans. Were Jinder's comments racist? Some people, I think, who knew the business understand that some of these lies were fed to Jinder. Also, his execution of making fun of Nakamura, well, it bombed horribly. Obviously, using the dialect, the speech, also referencing him as Mr. Miyagi. Came out wrong. Came out poor, to be honest. No, I don't think Jinder Mahal is a racist. And of course, if you think what he said was racist, you can't blame Jinder. You can blame the writers, the people behind the scenes. I thought, obviously, probably they thought it was a good idea, and obviously it fell flat. Also, the crowd was chanting, "You went too far," just adds the element. He comes out, shoots a promo with the Singh brothers. Pretty much semi-apologizing. It was a tongue-in-cheek apology to Nakamura. And in the same routine, let's look at his face. This is really not funny. And I've been a big Jinder fan this entire summer. I love the fact they're trying something different, trying something new. They literally are almost repeating the same exact skit they've done for a couple weeks now, where they show a photo of Nakamura. And the Singh brothers really overselling. But one of the pictures starts to move. And it's Nakamura. And Nakamura with the mouthpiece in. Which drives me nuts, by the way. pretty much says I'm coming. So he comes into the ring and clears house. Nakamura looks great, plays pops for Nakamura. You got to imagine this is a tough match to sell. You got somebody like Jinder who is very limited on that microphone. We all know that. Nakamura really has no mic skills whatsoever. It's tough to sell. Granted, Shinsuke Nakamura, we recognize as one of the very best in the world. And Jinder Mahal is getting a lot of heat. And that's what you want. And even more so. But still, it's still tough to sell. Now, you would think that the WWE Championship would sell itself. But it doesn't. You don't have a lot of Jinder fans out there. And believe it or not, for the hardcore fans, yes, there is a love and appreciation for Shinsuke. Is Shinsuke over with the casual fan? If you're listening to the show, you're not a casual fan. We're talking about the family that sits around and maybe watches wrestling. Maybe the mother, the father, they're the ones who maybe are buying the tickets for the younger audience. What about the girlfriend and the boyfriend who's supporting their mate watching? Do they know who Shinsuke is? They know to sing along to his music. They know he's from Japan. We're talking casual fans. The people who don't watch SmackDown and Raw every single week. But for the people who tune in maybe once to twice a month, those are the same people who will definitely watch WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Rumble, at least 3 pay-per-views a year. Had they done a good enough job to get Shinsuke Nakamura over to the casual fan? That's a question we bring up all the time. Same could be said for Jinder Mahal. Picture this. You watch wrestling, you gave up for a year or two, and you turn on the channel and you're like, the guy from 3MB is the champion? I have nothing wrong with that. What I did have wrong with Jinder is they spent the entire summer building him up. I love that. But the entire summer was dedicated to Randy Orton. This was a great opportunity to take some guys that realistically could have beaten Jinder, have them lose, but still look good and bring some prominence. Anytime you have a WWE Championship match, that's free advertisement. You're going up against the title. We're almost 20 years removed from the Attitude Era where they would put a championship match on television. That doesn't happen anymore. Not for the main titles. Especially not for the heavyweight WWE Championship. Not for a Universal title. Rarely do you see that change hands. Nonetheless, I think people are starting to buy in. They got one more week. Hopefully they do. Hopefully they go face to face. And I hope Jinder attacks him. If he's got to get personal, get personal. The best way for Nakamura to put this match over is simply be in the ring and beat everyone up. Strong style. I've never been a fan of truly how they've booked him. I think he really became a star months after he debuted, literally, at Money in the Bank. When he got the beatdown from Corbin and then comes back and the place explodes. A hero's welcome. So that should be interesting to see this match. Not ready to predict really who's going to win. So we moved on from that segment, and we have the Hype Bros, who I'm still waiting for Zack Ryder to turn heel. I think it's just fun. If it's the first time you listen to the show, I'll just recap what I've been saying. Zack Ryder has exhausted everything he could possibly do. And Mojo, I think, has the temperament and the personality and the smarts to be a face. There you go. So it's Hype Bros versus the Usos. And I love the Usos. I've said it many times. I love the attitude, the direction they're going in. Just tough heels. And I like that. You have the New Day sitting in the first row behind the announcer's table, eating popcorn, being fun. And at the very end of the match, the Usos come over there. They try to start something, the Usos. And then New Day says, you know what? Not only are we going to have a match for the SmackDown tag titles, but we're going to do a Hell in a Cell match too. And a good reception from the crowd. So I'm excited about New Day and Usos. They've had a great rivalry. We've seen a lot of tag team rivalries in the last 3 to 4 to 5 months. Some have run its course. This one has not. They got to get back in that ring on that microphone. And hopefully that happens real soon. And then we move right along to a segment with Rusev. And they were hashtagging the pride of Bulgaria as he gets a key to his city that he grew up in. Aiden English was the MC. I think legitimately sang the Bulgarian national anthem. And then the mayor of this small town reads his proclamation. Very funny. I've said this many times. I love Rusev. He is deceptively funny. And if you watch Total Divas, you know what I'm talking about. The entire segment is based upon him getting the key to his town in Bulgaria because he finally defeated Randy Orton and got revenge from SummerSlam. They showed a clip of the 9-second match from last week. Let's refresh your memory of what Rusev said on top of the Bulgarian podium.
Now, what you just witnessed, it's called the law of the jungle. When Randy Orton first came to the WWE, he established himself as the apex predator. He even got to be known as a legend killer. But now, a younger and hungrier predator has come into the jungle. And last week, the Lion of Bulgaria ripped the fangs out of the viper's mouth. I destroyed the legend of the legend killer. So Smackdown Live, it's my jungle now.
There were a lot of people cheering for this, and Aiden English prepared an original song for the event. And then, of course, out of nowhere, our favorite thing, an RKO on Aiden English. And the Rusev, being the gentleman that he is, gets this the mayor out of the ring, and as soon as he turns around, takes an RKO and sells it head first right into the ground. So it's pretty much set, Randy and Rusev at Hell in the Cell. Hell in the Cell is shaping up very nicely. Okay, Fashion Files. And that has been the surprise this summer, at least on SmackDown. They finally put a promo ad up saying they'll be back next week. We've seen this before. Sometimes they just don't show up. So if you're a Fashion Files fan, Breezango, they should be back next week. I still don't think we know who's been attacking their office. And I'm hoping we can find out. And I'm hoping they could squeeze them in for Hell in the Cell. Because it's shaping up right now 7 matches. And that's usually pretty much the max for the main card. It would suck for Breezango. It would suck for them to be in the kickoff. But at least they're on a pay-per-view, which really doesn't happen that often. As long as we see them. And I hope their momentum hasn't really stopped. Maybe people miss them. There's nothing wrong getting missed a little bit. All right, tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, almost the bottom of the hour here. The number's 844-627-3352. Follow us at Live Morning Show. We stream live on Facebook at The Wrestling Morning Show. Any information you need, go to thewrestlingmorningshow.com. We'll be right back. It's The Wrestling Morning Show. I'm your host, Mardel.
Live on Broadcast Row, it's The Wrestling Morning Show.
Break-ins. They happen every day. Will you be next? With Simply Safe, you get comprehensive, professionally monitored home security. Each Simply Safe system is thoughtfully assembled, from entry and motion sensors to a high-definition security camera. You'll have everything you need to keep your family safe. CNET called it comprehensive, easy-to-use protection, naming it editor's choice for home security. Order now and in a few days be protected 24/7. Click the banner to begin protecting yourself today with Simply Safe.
Now back to the Wrestling Morning Show.
All right, so welcome back if you're just tuning in. You know we do the show every Tuesday, every Wednesday, 9 a.m. Eastern. I wish SmackDown would have been a lot better last night. We would have more to talk about because we had a special No Mercy show. We had a special Raw show. SmackDown was a little bit lackluster. Now, you guys know when this show, if you cannot catch it in the morning, we're on demand. We go on demand about an hour or so after the show is live. It's available on iTunes, Google Play, Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud, YouTube, iHeartRadio. We have our own app, too. Yeah, that's right. The Wrestling Morning Show app. That's available on iTunes and Google Play. Subscribe to the podcast in iTunes and Google Play. Ideally, I would love for you guys to listen live. Let this be part of your life on the go. Every Tuesday, every Wednesday. And, of course, we always have special shows when need be. I've talked about this a couple times. I'm loving what Ziggler's doing. Loving what Ziggler's doing for a couple reasons. Yeah, okay. The gimmick is a little bit too long. The costume changes take a long time. Sometimes they're not funny. But for that 1 to 2 to 3 line shoot that he has after he's done impersonating somebody, he's well worth it. Now, these are not over-the-top insults, not over-the-top insight into the shoot, but they are entertaining. So it's gone on for a couple weeks. This also coincides with the fact that, well, somebody's been missing from the show. Some of them we love. Somebody who could probably be criticized as having a gimmick, stealing a gimmick. Everything Dolph Ziggler has talked about. Let's go back and refresh in your memory. As you know, Ziggler comes out to Undertaker's music, and of course, fools absolutely no one in the crowd because there was no pop whatsoever. And then, not only that, the jacket he was wearing was probably Undertaker's jacket because the thing was huge on Ziggler. It's actually somewhat comical. Let's listen to Ziggler, and of course, if you already watched SmackDown, you know what comes up next. If not, it might be a little surprise for you.
You look like you see a ghost. I'm sorry, you're right. You see a dead man. A dead man walking. Come on, it's everybody's favorite. The Undertaker! The looks on your faces. Did you actually think you would see The Undertaker 2 times in 1 year? I don't think so. Oh, the 90s. Listen to me. Anyone can put on a Halloween costume, hobble down here and act like a zombie. Anyone can do it. But no one can do what I do in this ring. No one. You still don't care. None of you care. You know what? I don't give a damn.
Ah, finally.
Give me a hallelujah, guys.
It was anticipated. We kind of knew he'd be here last night, and he shows up.
This is the real article. The glorious Bobby Roode.
Return of Bobby Roode. I think this is great. Him and Ziggler really showcasing Bobby Roode's talents inside that ring. We all know he has it. Let's not joke ourselves. Ziggler is that good inside the ring. That's never really been the problem. So what you have now is 2 great wrestlers. Yes, great wrestlers in the ring. Smart idea now you think about it. Took some time off. I guess, I don't know. They probably didn't know how they were going to use him. Face, heel. They let the heat continue to build with Ziggler. And now about to square off inside that ring.
Only way to live, Phillips.
Now, Dolph, you are an amazing talent, an incredible in-ring competitor. And you are also, well, you're a hypocrite. Yeah, I mean, for a guy who thinks, you know, you don't care about what the WWE Universe says about you or thinks about you, you seem to waste everybody's time every week coming out here and telling them so. You know, the fact is, Dolph, the fact is you and I are a lot alike in many ways. We both demand respect in this ring. And you know, Dolph, you claim to be one of the greatest in-ring competitors in the history of the WWE, right? Well, why don't you back up that claim? How about you and me at Hell in a Cell?
I already told you I don't care what you think, so you can shut up. Flashy robe, check. Elaborate smoke and mirrors entrance with idiotic audience participation, big check. In-ring skills on par with me, not so much. You are everything that is wrong with WWE. And you want a match with me. Well, at Hell in the Cell, you're on, brother. Oh, by the way, no, don't smile too fast. A little spoiler alert. Anyone who steps foot in the ring with me, they last in. Hell in a Cell is going to be absolutely glorious.
Well, there you go. Finally, I'm just so happy to see Bobby Roode. I'm happy that Ziggler actually has a match. These are two great wrestlers going at each other. And I'm not going to mention them. Yeah, I'm not really buying the feud between them. I don't have to. I could just be entertained. And, of course, next week, we're going to see Bobby Roode. We're going to see Dolph Ziggler. And hopefully they'll give it one last push in the go-home show. They need some work on this go-home show for Hell in a Cell. Great Hell in a Cell, yeah. Sometimes sells itself. We want to see the spectacle. We know it has a great legend, a legacy. It's a great pay-per-view. There are times it's very hard to watch it. Hopefully they've learned over years to get enough cameras inside the actual Hell in a Cell. Let's go over this card, Randy. Rusev. Okay. Not feeling it. It's okay, though. Bobby Roode, Dolph Ziggler. Of course, I'm excited about that one. Just two great wrestlers. AJ Styles, Baron Corbin. Very important for Baron Corbin. Natalya and Charlotte, we've seen this before, but they will give us a great match. And, of course, it's for the Women's Championship. New Day versus the Usos. This will be in Hell in a Cell. And that's going to be for the Smackdown Tag titles. Of course, we know Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens in Hell in a Cell. They'll be the headliner. The mini-main, Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura. It's going to be for the WWE Championship. So 7 matches. I'm sure they'll add more in the kickoff. It's funny where they had 40 days to build this. A little over 40 days to build Hell in a Cell. Did they do the best job possible? No. But he's still got one more week for us to care about. Like, we're not going to watch. Come on. We're going to see some good wrestling. I think we're going to see some title changes. I think they need people to start talking about SmackDown a lot more. And that's going to happen. One thing we talked about from Monday Night Raw, you realize the main event was Enzo Amore. That was the main event, not match, but just the main event, the last segment was Enzo Amore. And then Neville comes out. Many people believe it was a great double turn. For Enzo, we always figured he would be a great heel. He's phenomenal on the mic. He has been fatigued. It's the same rhetoric. It's tough being a face. You got to realize that. You got to be a very smart individual to be a face. Be creative. Be positive. Enzo's done a great job, but now things are different. I'm not going to lie to you. I actually now am a little curious about 205 Live. So this was last night, ladies and gentlemen. We get another little promo. Let's listen to Enzo Amore last night on 205 Live.
I got to keep it real because it's the only thing I know how to do. I'm a J, you know what I'm saying? And last night, I was really, really hurt. I know I'm out here smiling because I hide it so well, almost as well as Cedric Alexander hides his charisma. Ooh, that's tough, dude. That's tough, yeah. No, I hide it well, you know what I mean? Because maybe you didn't realize it, but Enzo Amore hasn't called out sick a day in his entire career. Week in, week out, night in, night out, beating after beating. I take that stage, and I'm the same guy backstage as I am on that stage. And you know what that guy is? That guy is a star. That guy is a champion. That guy is the guy who put 205 Live on the map. How you do? Hey, you know I'm right. You know I'm right. Hey, listen, I'm the reason why people are staying up late on Tuesday nights, okay? I'm the reason why this title right here means something. You know why? Because it's around the waist of Enzo Amore. So as far as that former champion Neville is concerned, the guy I dethroned, yeah, I dethroned him. Yeah, I feel bad, honestly. I do. No, listen. I feel bad. I do. I feel bad for him. Do you people realize, honestly, do you realize that every single day Neville has to wake up and look in the mirror? That was the punchline. He's ugly. See, last night was supposed to be a great night, right? For Zoe, it was supposed to be such a great night that I even flew my mother out there to sit in the front row and watch the show. And then my mother sat in the front row and cried her beautiful blue eyes out because she had to sit there and watch a monster and an entire cruiserweight division, black and blue, her son's beautiful blue eyes, while I'm sitting here crawling around trying to keep my intestines intact. My mother is closing her eyes at this point, and her ears are wide open. And all I can hear is the same thing she's hearing. One more time. One more time. What? I had a clause in my hand. And do you know what that clause said, people? Do you know what it said? It said if any one of the cruiserweights lays a hand on me, they forfeit any title opportunity that they have while I am champion. Well, seeing as that each and every one of those cruiserweights laid a hand on me, it's looking like I'm gonna retire as champion. How you doing? And Neville, you're the one who broke that clause first. So let me address you by saying, you're precious right here, You ugly Gollum versus Frodo combination, you Keebler Elf looking schmuck. Your little precious. You're never gonna lay your hands on it again. Cause just like that cookie dough you're playing with, you Keebler Elf, there's only one word to describe you, and I am gonna spell it out for you. S-A-W-F-T, saw!
A defiant champion on this Tuesday.
Okay, I can tell you what, it wasn't bad. I'm digging this a lot, and I think the momentum for Neville's going to be awesome. Him and Daivari had a match last night. Neville's the man. I thought it was one of the best promos that I've seen in a long time on Monday Night Raw. We talked about it yesterday on the show. It's pretty darn good. A lot of people were buzzing. They were happy with the fact that not only was Enzo turning, but Neville was turning as well. First of all, Neville is a great heel. And I think now when he established this great character, the king of the cruiserweights, really just has to tweak it just a little bit and be that face. I think he'll do a great job. For a division that was very stale and very boring, but yet they had so many talented people, I think it's the right decision, right direction. And the best part is you don't really need to have Enzo in the ring, which is his flaw. It would be nice if somebody was like his bodyguard type. And really kind of maybe even make him the chicken shit heel. The guy who has the big mouth and talks but can't back it up. And that would be nice. So Smackdown. We get to the main event. We talked about it already. This truly was, I guess, to give an opportunity for Kevin Owens and, of course, for Shane to come out at that very end. Talked about it in the beginning of the show. I like this new demeanor. It's never the same Kevin Owens. Never the same Kevin Owens, even his demeanor today in the promo. Almost he kind of asks himself questions as his character. I think there's some deep development with his character. He's not going to act different around Sami Zayn. He knows Sami Zayn. He's known him for 15 years and he shoots a great promo. Unbelievable chemistry they have in the ring together. But then he runs away from Shane O'Mac at the very end. Why not? And I'm sure there's going to be a situation next week where Shane will probably, if he doesn't open SmackDown, will come out, maybe call out Kevin Owens. They still need that cherry on top to sell. Hell in the Cell. I'm excited for it. Of course, that's October 8th in the brand new Little Caesars Arena. From what I understand, if you guys are going to the show, and I wanted to go, I might still go. Take a nice quick drive out there. From what I understand, the arena itself is state of the art. There's like nothing like it. Nothing like it. There's also an entertainment complex that surrounds it. Saw pictures of it. It's very intimate. It's very close, but it's also enormous box scoreboard, which is going to be pretty awesome. And you know, I'm happy for Detroit, a great sports town, trying to revitalize downtown. Now the Red Wings, the Pistons, they'll all be down there now. So that was pretty much it. That kind of sums up SmackDown. Really nothing to report, nothing exciting to even really talk about. With kind of an underwhelming show. I'm hoping next week it's the go-home show. This is where everything is laid out, finally, and let's get excited about the upcoming pay-per-view, Hell in the Cell. There's a nice video, though, on the WWE's YouTube page, and we have not seen them, but let's listen to Shelton and Gable.
Who have been tag teaming together How would you say things have been coming together for you all?
Honestly, Dasha, in this short amount of time, I've learned more from Shelton than my entire time in WWE. He gets it, man. It's awesome.
You know, to add to that, Chad knows I'm here to win, and I'm here to win now. And I mean, the guy's amazing. His mind is a sponge. I mean, any advice I give him, he immediately adapts, makes it his own. So, I mean, he's got arguably one of the biggest futures within the...
Hey, what's your problem? What's your problem? I had him. Why didn't you take me behind? You're supposed to be my brother. You're supposed to watch my back. Hey, I had the match. What's wrong with that?
Yo,
that doesn't concern you.
We're good, bro. It doesn't concern me. We're trying to have an interview.
Go do your interview then.
Whoa. Let them bicker. It's a good look on you guys.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah, laugh it off, Chuckles.
Yeah.
Get it together, man.
Dude. Enough.
Get it together.
Me?
We got to get it together as a team, man.
Yeah, we.
Figure it out. You and me, that's all that matters.
I got it.
Okay, so that was the Hype Bros. We've talked about this. I hope that they break up. How many times I got to say this? Zack Ryder, we've exhausted this entire thing. We've exhausted Zack Ryder. We've exhausted it. Mojo can handle his own. So that was backstage. As poor Gable and Benjamin. I'm trying to conduct an interview, trying to be relatively relevant. And that happens. Let me ask you a question. Is it time for a Shield reunion? People speculate Shield versus the Miztourage. I could see it happening. But really, do you really want to do it against the Miztourage? How long will Seth and Dean coexist? One of the best things to happen, I think, had to be Raw Talk after the pay-per-view on Sunday. When John Cena was on there, played a lot of it on yesterday morning's show.
Let me ask you this. It's almost like you're talking around a situation. I'm going to ask you what a young lady, as we watched the end of the match, the young lady turned to me and said, "Is he gone?"
No, well, for years everybody's said they couldn't see me, so I wasn't ever here in the first place.
Yes, you were here.
Hypothetical question for you guys out there, but no, I just think my role is different, and I said this to I had a podcast with Agent Christian. I said the same thing. Regardless of if I have outside opportunities or not, there's the ice maker again. I'm 40 years old, and I have 15 years of track experience here in the WWE, and not at a normal level, at an elite level. And I don't know how longer I can keep it up. If I had opportunities outside, great. If I didn't, I think I got to know when to say when in that point. And I'm not done, but I don't know if I can keep going at the pace that I've been going. And I think that's a major thing for me to try to consider. This is my family. This is my life. I eat, breathe, and sleep WWE. And I don't think anyone, whether they like me or they don't, I don't think anybody can argue that. So I guess I'll be like a weird Batman character. When they shine the light,
You show up.
I'll come a-running.
I tell you what, if you have the opportunity, go back and see the full version of that. He spent a good 12, 13 minutes on Raw Talk, and it was well worth it. Everything he said got very emotional to the possibility that it's winding down his career. I don't think he's going to retire anytime soon, but he's probably now in part-time status. Now, one video that came out the day after the pay-per-view, don't know what time on Monday, but it's Roman Reigns, and he kind of thanks John Cena. It's on the WWE YouTube page. It's actually pretty good. We actually see the real Roman Reigns. I think this is one of the better video clips. And obviously, we provide the audio for you. And, of course, you go on WWE YouTube's page and actually see the video. It's black and white. Let's take a listen.
When I say was it born to reign, I'm not trying to be conceited or arrogant. That's how I feel. That's how I take myself into battle. That's how I put my body on the line every night, because I know I was meant to do something. This company, this business runs through my veins. So when I ever choose to do something else, I didn't hold this place hostage. This really was my home. I gave some of my childhood to this. I mean, my father was a wrestler. My uncle was a wrestler. My countless cousins, you know what I mean? Like, you know how often I saw my dad? I've made sacrifices since day one in this business, and I continue to do it, and I'm not gonna stop even if somebody like John Cena doesn't want me to be here, or doesn't think I deserve it, or wants to keep me down and try and bury me. It's just not gonna happen. There's not a man on earth that can stop me in doing what I have to do to take care of mine. September 24th, No Mercy. Brock Lesnar, Triple H, Undertaker, John Cena. You know what I mean? Like that's unprecedented. Like, you can't really get much better than that. I'm a firm believer in progressing and learning, and John Cena's no different. I've learned from him just like I learned from The Undertaker, just like I learned from Brock, just like I learned from Big Show. The list, you know, Triple H, the list goes on, even the big boss, Vince. I mean, there's just a plethora of things and just so many different angles to look at this and perspectives. And if you think you know it all, you better hit the road, Jack. And sometimes I feel like that's where John is. It's not that he's done it all, he just knows it all. It's hard to like someone like that, man. You look good, you feel good, you play good, baby. These are the days I thrive, man. Sundays are my day. Sunday fun day, baby. Ain't nothing like being able to go out in front of the whole world and show them what you're really good at. They don't teach you how to retire The Undertaker. They don't teach you how to be the face of a billion-dollar corporation. They don't teach you how to, you know what I mean? Before you even get here, you know, wrestling guys like John Cena's not even in the equation. You have to get to that point. So for me, I think this says a whole bunch about my legacy. Anytime you can step in the ring with someone who's won the world title 16 times, I mean, there's only 2 men in this world that can say it. And both of them seem indestructible. I think that goes a long way. That's a huge mark on my resume. And, you know, I mean, I've been fortunate enough and blessed enough to keep racking up these amazing accomplishments throughout my career. And if it's God willing and He keeps me healthy, I'm going to do it until the wheels fall off. John Cena, thank you. Because I'm a good enough competitor and a smart enough businessman to know I have to get better after this. I have to progress. I have to go to my next level, wherever that may be. But I know it's gonna be in the WWE. And that's all that matters to me right now, is that I can wake up in the morning, I can go out to that ring, I can perform, I can do my thing. And for this huge win, for this great stepping stone, all I can say is thanks, man. I appreciate you giving us a few more weeks, because I'm gonna use it. Just like I did with The Undertaker, just like I did with Triple H, just like I did with Brock. Me whooping your ass is gonna be put to very good use. Believe you me, buddy.
All right, it was kind of a nice. I wish you could act like that in the ring. Sounded great doing it. That video is up, of course, on the YouTube page, which I recommend you definitely go. They put out some great videos out there. I have to give them that. Well, it's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. I want to appreciate everybody who listened to the program. I want to thank everybody at Broadcast Row. That's the network that provides this show. I want to thank Coder for all he's contributed this week for our special No Mercy show. Check it out on demand. The show goes on demand. Available on iTunes, Google Play, Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud, YouTube, and iHeartRadio after the show goes off the air. We do this every Tuesday, every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Of course, follow us. Follow us on Twitter at Live Morning Show. Of course, we always stream live on Twitter. You just click the feed. Stream live on Facebook. Stream live on the website, thewrestlingmorningshow.com. Next week should be a very fun show. Very fun. It's the Go Home Show. And I appreciate you guys supporting us. You can follow us on Twitter. Everybody that I've met, especially on those important pay-per-view nights where I get to meet new people, talk to them, send out a couple tweets, have a couple replies. It's nice to meet you guys. Thank you for following the show. For everybody who is listening, thank you so much, and be good.
The Wrestling Morning Show with Mardel, live on Broadcast Row.